Hello. Okay, sound is okay. Okay, good afternoon, students. Now we will start with some remaining problems from our last lecture, which were on trigonometric functions. Okay, so we'll start with an example. So what is the example given here? We have to find. So we are given. First example. What is A? A is equal to sine 175 degree plus cos 175 degree. That is given, and we are given four options. Which one? And we have to tell which one of them is correct option. Okay. So sine 170 again, like a few other examples that we studied yesterday. The sine ratios or any ratios of 175 degree or such odd angles we cannot find. We have to convert them into proper angles. So we will use which one is the proper angle here? Nearest proper angle, it is 180 degrees. So it is sine, we will use 180 minus 5. Okay, sine 180 minus 5 degree plus cos 180 minus 5 degree. So I will again write formulas, standard formulas in the right top corner. Okay, so how can we convert these two? How can we convert these two numbers? So we know that sine pi minus theta. What is sine pi minus theta? Sine pi minus theta is equal to sine of theta. And what is cos pi minus theta? Cos pi minus theta is equal to minus cos of theta. It is minus cos of theta. So we will use those properties in this step. Okay. The sine 180 minus 5 degree, it is what is pi? Pi means what? Pi means 180 degree. Okay. Pi means 180 degree. So sine 180 minus 5, it is sine 5 degree. Okay. Plus cos 180 minus 5 degree. What is cos pi minus theta? It is minus cos of theta. So we will write minus sign here, and it is minus minus cos of theta. Okay, minus cos of, sorry, minus cos of 5 degree. Minus cos of 5 degree. So again, now we do not know the values of trigonometric ratios for 5 degree, but we know that how does sine value start? If you know this table, okay, for 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, and 90 degree, sine theta and cos theta. Okay. So what? Sine theta, sine of 0 is equal to 0, and it goes up to 1. And cos of theta, this value starts at 1 and it goes to 0. Okay. So this value goes on increasing. Okay. This value goes on increasing, and this value goes on decreasing as we move from 0 degree to 90 degree. So see this sine of phi, this this value will be very close to 0. So sine of phi degree will almost be 0. Okay, it will almost be 0. And what is cos of phi degree? It is almost equal to 1. So mm, we are subtracting a bigger number from a smaller number. So this will be less than minus 1. Less than, sorry. this will be less than 0. Okay, this will be less than 0 as we are subtracting a bigger number, one, a number very much closer to 1 from a number closer to 0. So we are subtracting a bigger number from a smaller number, so you will get what value? A negative value, that is less than 0. So this will be the correct option. Formulas or properties that you have to remember are this in the right corner given. Okay, so in such way you have to convert the given thing, and then you will be able to solve such questions. Okay, now next question. Okay, so what is given here? Given that sine of sine of theta plus pi by 6 is equal to what? Sine of theta plus pi by 6 is equal to 4 cos of theta minus pi by 3. Sine of theta plus pi by 6 is equal to 4 cos theta minus pi by 6. Okay. Okay. So we know what is sine A plus B. What is sine A plus B? What is sine A plus B? This is the standard formula. Okay. Standard formula to find the addition of two angles. Okay. Sine of addition of two angles. How do we find it? It is like, okay, it is sine A into cos B plus cos A into what? Cos A into sine B. Okay. In similar way, we can find cos of angle A plus B. What is, or here we have to use cos of A minus B because we have given that cos of theta minus pi by 3. Okay, so what is cos of A minus B? Subtraction of angles is given here. So what is the cosine of that? That, so how do we find it? These are the formulas that you have already learned in 11th standard, also in 12th standard. Okay, so how do we find it? It is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. Okay, see, you should remember what is the difference when you are finding for sine and when you are finding for cos. Okay, so here see, here sine cos and sine, here cos two times and then sine two times. Okay, this you have to remember. If the here if you see plus here, then it will be minus here, and if you see minus here, then it will be minus here. Okay, so we are not going to use that. We are going to, here we are going to use sine A plus B. What is sine A plus B here? If we are using these values, then it is sine of theta into, sorry, sine of theta, sine of theta into cos pi by 6, sine of theta into cos pi by 6 plus cos of theta into sine pi by 6, sine pi by 6. Okay, this is the left hand side that we solve. Okay, this is the left hand side we have solved. Now for right hand side, we will write here, okay, 4 into what? 4 into cos of theta into cos pi by 3 plus sine of theta sin pi by 3. Okay, according to these two formulas, we have, what we have done here, we have explained these two, right, left hand side and right hand side. We have done that. Okay, now next step, how to find? Now here, let me highlight this. So these are the numbers that we already know the value for. Okay, these are the numbers we already know the values for them. So what is cos pi by 6? Cos pi by 6, it is root 3 by 2, isn't it? Cos pi by 6, it is root 3 by 2 into sine of theta plus what is cos sine pi by 6, it is 1 upon 2. Sine pi by 6 means 1 upon 2 cos of theta is equal to 4 into bracket what? Now cos pi by 3, we know the value of cos pi by 3. What is pi by 3? Pi by 3 means 60 degree. Pi by 6 means 30 degree. Okay. Here also this cos of 30. This value is cos of 30 that we have written here, root 3 by 2. This value is sine 30. What is sine 30? It is half. In a case cos pi by 3 means cos 60. What is the value of cos 60? It is 1 by 2. Okay, it is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into cos of theta plus sine theta into sine pi by 3. So we have to find the value of sine pi by 3. Sine pi by 3 means what? It is 60 degree. That sine 60 is equal to root 3 by 2. Root 3 divided by 2 into sine of theta. So we have substituted the values that we know from that table. Okay, that the table that we have already learned somewhere. Okay, now we will solve this. So root 3 by 2 into sine of theta plus 1 by 2 cos of theta is equal to what? We multiply 4 into every term in the bracket. Okay, so it becomes 4 upon 2 cos theta plus 4 root 3 divided by 2 sine of theta. Now if you see, all the terms have 2 in the denominator, so we can cancel that 2. Okay, 2, all of these terms have denominator 2, so we can cancel that. So what is remaining? Root 3 sine of theta plus cos of theta is equal to 4 cos theta plus 4 root 3 sine theta. That is what remaining after solving these steps. Okay, so now see, if you see clearly, then here you can see sine theta, value of sine theta. Also on the right hand side you can see value of sine theta. Then also cos theta is on both sides. So we will take everything on the right side. So what remains here? So on the left hand side there will be 0. So 4, see, this part we write as it is 4 cos theta. So this plus theta goes on the right side like this, minus cos theta. So 4 cos theta minus cos theta plus 4 root 3 sine theta minus this part root 3 sine theta. Root 3 sine of theta. Okay. So what is the next step now? So 0 is equal to what? So 4 cos theta minus this is 1 cos theta. So 4 cos theta minus 1 cos theta, it is 3 cos theta. Okay, this is 3 cos theta. So now here 4 root 3 cos theta minus this is 1 root 3 sine theta. 4 root 3 sine theta minus 1 root 3 sine theta. So 4 minus 1, it is 3. 3 root 3 sine of theta. So we have 3 root 3 sine of theta. 3 cos theta. So 0 is equal to 3 cos theta plus 3 root 3 sine of theta. So what is the next step now? Here. So if we divide the whole equation, if we divide by 3. If we divide this equation by 3, what we get? We get cos theta. So we will write the right hand side on the left now, which will be easier for us. Okay, cos of theta plus root 3 sine of theta is equal to what? 0. 0 is, if 0 is divided by 3, it is still 0. Okay. So cos of theta plus root 3 sine theta is equal to what? 0. Okay. Now we will take, now see, root 3. What is root 3? Now we will keep root 3 sine of theta on the left side, and if we take cos theta on the right side, it becomes minus of cos theta. Okay, minus of cos theta. Now we will take this cos theta again on the left side. How it becomes? So sine theta divided by, if we divide this equation by cos theta, it becomes sine theta divided by cos of theta is equal to what? Minus 1 upon, if we take this root 3 on the right hand side, it is minus 1 upon root 3. So sine theta upon cos theta. What is sine theta upon cos theta? Sine theta upon cos theta, it is tan of theta. So tangent of theta is equal to, so tan theta, sine theta upon cos theta is equal to tan theta. Tan theta is equal to what? Minus 1 upon root 3. So what we were asked? So we were asked the value of tan theta. Okay, what is the value of tan theta? So this is the value of tan theta. Which one is it? Option number 2. So okay, so you have to first, what is required here, you must know these two formulas. These are two basic formulas in trigonometry. Okay, sin a plus minus b and cos a plus minus b. Okay, these actually there are four formulas, but you can remember them. Okay, in such a way you should solve such examples. Okay, next example. Next example. Okay. If A and B are supplementary angles, so what is given here? A and B are supplementary angles. What is mean by supplementary angles? Supplementary angles means angles are supplementary. What does it mean? It means that their addition is A plus B is equal to what? Pi or 180 degree, as we have learned in previous standards. Okay, it is 180 degree. Supplementary angles are, their addition is 180 degree. Okay. Now what is given here? A and B are supplementary angles. So we can write here that A plus B is equal to what? 180 degree. You can use pi also here, but 180 would be easier. So now if we divide by 2, so A plus B divided by 2 is equal to what? 180 divided by 2, it is 90. So that is A by 2. A by 2. If we split this, split the term on the left side, it becomes A by 2 plus B by 2 is equal to what? 90 degree. Okay. If A by 2 plus B by 2 is equal to 90 degree, which gives us value of B by 2. What is B by 2 then? If you take this A by 2 on the right hand side, it becomes B by 2 is equal to 90 minus A by 2. What it becomes? 90 minus A by 2. Now consider what you have to find here. See again, what we have to find, what is sine square A by 2. Why we have done this? We have done it because the the term that we have to find, it contains the half of the angles. Okay, so it is not A or B, it is A by 2 and B by 2. That is why we have done this. Okay, now we will consider the term that we have to find the value of. Okay, so now see, sine square A by 2 plus cos square B by 2. This is the value that we have to find. Okay, this is the value that we have to find. So what is it? So sine square A by 2. See, here we have found the value of B by 2. Okay, B by 2 is the value that we have found here. Okay, so what is, now we will replace B by 2 with that. Okay, so sine square A by 2 plus cos square. Now we will write the value of B by 2 that we have found here. Okay, so B by 2, instead of B by 2 we will write 90 minus A by 2. 90 minus A by 2. Okay, now sine, what is the next one? Sine square A by 2. It will not change anything here. Okay, but here you must know what is going to be changed. Okay, so cos square 90 minus A by 2. So you must have learned this. What? Cos of theta is equal to what? Sine of 90 minus theta. Or other way around, it is sine of theta is equal to cos of 90 minus theta. Okay, this both you have learned in 10th standard. Okay, these are very basic expressions in trigonometry. So cos square 90 minus theta, that is the square, it means cos of angle, square of this angle. Okay, square of cos theta. So cos square 90 minus A by 2, it is sine square cos square A by 2. Okay, it is sine square, sorry, what? So what was given here? It is sine square. So what was given? Sine square b by 2. So we converted it into cos using these expressions. Okay, one of them. Which one we have used here? This. this one sin theta is equal to what? Cos 90 minus theta. So sin b by 2 is equal to cos 90 minus b by 2. It is b here. Okay. B by 2. No, it is a. A. Okay. 90 minus a by 2. So what is cos square 90 minus a by 2? Cos square a by 2. Cos square. So it is cos square a by 2. Okay. It is cos square a by 2. So now sin square a by 2 plus cos square a by 2, it is what? It is 1. So also this is a basic trigonometric inequality. Okay, what is it? Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to what? Is equal to 1. Okay. So here it is. There is a mistake here. It is not cos. It's sin square. Okay. Sin square. So again we will see. So what was asked? Sin square a by 2 plus sin square b by 2. This is asked in the example. Okay. So sin square a by 2, first term there will be no change. So sin square b by 2 is sin square. It is same here. Okay. Just b by 2 is replaced by 90 minus a by 2 that we found here. Okay. 90 minus a by 2. So sin square theta by 90 minus theta. This expression is used. Sin 90 minus theta, it is cos cos theta. Okay, it is cos theta here. So sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So a by 2, they are same. Therefore, we can use this expression. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So this is option number 2 is the correct option. Okay. Okay. Next example now. Next example. What is given? Sin inverse x is equal to pi by 10. It is given here. Sin inverse of x is equal to pi by 10. It is given here, and we have to find the value of cos inverse x. Okay, cos inverse x is the value to be found here. So what in the earlier examples we have seen that what sine, we have seen one standard formula. What is it? Sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to what? Pi by 2. You should remember this formula. I will write in this right corner. Okay? Sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to what? This pi by 2. We have already seen such formula for tangent of angles. Okay, tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to what? That we have seen earlier. Okay, so sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. So here sin inverse x, value of sin inverse x is already given in the example, and cos inverse x is to be found out here. Okay, so what is the next step? We will substitute the value of sin inverse x in this example. So what is the value of sin inverse x? It is pi by 10. So we will put this value over here. Okay, so pi by 10 plus cos inverse x is equal to what? Pi by 2. Very easy example. Okay, so cos inverse x is equal to what? Pi by 2. Pi by 2 minus 1. So if we take this pi by 10 on the right hand side, you will get cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus pi by 10. Okay, pi by 2 minus pi by 10, which implies that cos inverse of x is equal to what? This 10 into pi, it is 10 pi, minus 2 into pi, it is 2 pi, divided by 2 into 10, it is 20. That is what? 10 pi minus 2 pi, it is 8 pi. 8 pi divided by 10, 20. So 2 into 4, it is 8. 2 into, sorry, 4 into 2, it is 8, and 4 into 5, it is 20. So we get 2 upon 5 pi. 2 pi upon 5, that is the answer. Okay, that is your answer, 2 pi upon 5. Okay, so this formula you should remember. We already have seen one such formula for tangent of angle. Okay, so next example now. Next example, what is given in the example? Nothing is given. You have to find the value of cos inverse of cos of 4 pi by 3. So I have given the required, the necessary formula in the right corner, okay, for your information. So what is cos inverse of minus? So we will have to use it in the example, okay. Few more steps we need to solve first, then we will have to use this formula to solve the answer. Okay. Now first, few of you might think that this cos inverse and cos they will get cancelled. Okay, cos inverse and cos they will get cancelled, and 4 pi by 3 would be your answer. Some of you may think that, but that is not the case. Such way it cannot be cancelled. Why it cannot be cancelled? Because of the angle. Okay, this 4 pi by 3 because of this angle. So cos inverse and cos, this see cos inverse cos pi by 2. In such case, cos and cos inverse they can be cancelled because this pi by 2 was within the limit minus pi to pi. Okay, this pi by 2 was within the limit. Okay, minus pi and pi, but 4 pi by 3 it is actually, if you convert it in decimal, it is 1.33 pi. Okay, 1.33 pi, it is more than pi. Okay, more than pi. So that value is not within the its limit. Okay, that value is not within the limit, so you cannot, that is the reason you cannot okay, cannot cancel out this cos inverse and cos. Okay, okay. Again now we, so I will write it again, cos inverse cos of 4 pi by 3. So remember, in such examples you cannot cancel this. Okay, cos inverse and cos they cannot be cancelled because this 4 pi by 3 is not within the limit minus pi to pi. It exceeds the limit. Okay, it exceeds the limit of pi, the upper limit pi, 4 pi by 3. So how do we calculate this now? So we'll use few results. Okay, so here cos inverse, first we will write it as it is. So now this will be converted. Okay, cos, what is 4 pi by 3? We can write it as pi plus pi by 3. Okay, pi plus pi by 3. If you calculate what is pi plus pi by 3, pi plus pi by 3, it is 3 pi plus pi divided by 3. What is it? It is 4 pi by 3. So we, instead of 4 pi by 3 we have written pi plus pi by 3. So what is the next step now? Cos inverse, you see, okay, okay. Now it here cos of pi plus theta, it is in the form cos of pi plus theta. Okay, it is in the form cos of pi plus theta. So we can write here, we have seen this in last example or example before last. Okay, what is it? Minus cos of theta, isn't it? It is minus cos of theta. So similarly we can write it right here also. Okay, minus cos of pi by 3. Okay, instead of writing cos pi plus pi by 3, we can write minus cos of pi by 3 according to this formula. According to this formula, we can write this. Okay, now, now cos inverse minus of cos theta. So what is it? So here, the formula that is given here, it will be useful to solve this step. Okay, so what is it? Cos inverse of minus x. Again, you can see here cos inverse of minus of theta. If you look properly here, what is sign? The sign of minus. Okay, minus cos inverse of minus theta. If we consider this whole term as theta, it is cos of cos inverse of minus of theta. So what is cos inverse of minus of theta? It is, what is cos inverse of minus of theta? Cos inverse of minus of theta, it is pi minus cos inverse of theta. Pi minus cos inverse of theta. It is pi minus cos inverse of theta. So instead of theta, we will write here pi by 3. Okay. Instead of theta, we will write pi by 3. So what we found? Cos inverse. So see, right again. What is the next step? Pi. So according to this statement, okay, this property, pi minus, what is pi minus cos inverse of cos pi by 3. Cos inverse of cos pi by 3. Okay. Cos inverse of pi minus cos inverse of cos pi by 3. Now if you see this pi by 3, this pi by 3 belong to minus pi to pi. So it is within the limit of minus pi to pi. Okay. So it is within the limit. So now here we can cancel out this cos inverse and cos. Okay. So we will find out that pi minus pi by 3. So what is pi minus pi by 3? It is 2 pi by 3. Okay. So 3 pi minus pi divided by 3. What is it? It is 2 pi by 3. Okay. So one thing you should remember is that this cos inverse and cos, they don't get cancelled. They don't get cancelled unless they are in their limits. The limits are minus pi and pi. Okay. Minus pi and pi. But here we saw that this pi by 3 was in the limit, okay, minus pi to pi. That is the reason why we could cancel out this cos inverse and cos. Okay. So remember this. We have to convert so that they are within their limits. Okay. Now next example. Now we have to find the value of tan 57 degree minus tan 12. So similar example we have already solved previously. Okay. So tan 57. We do not know the values of 57 degrees and all. We only know the values of 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. So we will try to convert these values in such easy ratios, okay, easy angles. Okay. Now suppose tan 45 plus 12. We will consider tan 45 plus 10. What is tan 45 plus 12? If you remember the formula that we have already used previously, that is tan of, what is tan of a plus b? Tan of a plus b, it is tan a plus tan b divided by 1 minus tan a tan b. This is the formula that we used yesterday, okay, to solve some of the examples. So now we will use the same formula here as well. So what is tan 45 plus 12? It is, so in the numerator we will write tan 45 plus tan 12 divided by what? My 1 minus tan a tan b. We can write here 1 minus tan 45 into tan 12. So once you see such numbers, okay, 57, 12, 57, you should understand that we have to use such angles, that is 45 and 12. Those angles we have to use in order to solve such example. Okay. Now what we can do next? So on the left hand side, so 45 plus 12, it is tan of 57 degree. Okay, tan of 57 degree is equal to what? What is tan 45? It is 1. Tan 45 is equal to 1. So we can write 1 here, 1 plus tan 12 divided by, so what is tan 45 is equal to 1. So 1 plus tan 12 in the numerator. What is in the denominator? 1 minus. So what is the value of tan 45 again? It is 1. 1 minus tan 12. Tan 12 degree. Okay. Now we will do the next step. What is the next step now? So this denominator on the left right hand side, we will take it on left hand side. So it comes like, so what do we get? tan 57 degree into what? 1 minus tan 12. 1 minus tan 12 degree is equal to 1 plus tan 12 degree. Okay. So what we have done here, we have multiplied 1 minus tan 12 degree on both sides. Okay. So this 1 minus tan 12 and 1 minus tan 12 will get cancelled, and this left hand side will be multiplied by 1 minus tan 12 degree. Okay. Now we will solve, we will multiply this tan 57 degree into to each term in inside the bracket. Okay, so it becomes tan 57 degree. What is tan 57 into 1? It's tan 57 minus tan 57 into tan 12. Tan 57 degree into tan 12 degree. So first we have multiplied this and then we have multiplied this. Okay, so what it gives out? It gives out tan 57 degree minus tan 57 degree into tan 12 degree is equal to 1 plus tan 12 degree. See now. So now we what we will do? We will take this tan 12 degree on the left side. Or in other words, we can say that we will subtract tan 12 degree on both sides of the equation. Okay, so what we get now? Tan 12 degree, sorry, tan 57 degree minus, we will write it here. Okay, tan 12 degree. Okay, this tan 12 degree on the right hand side, it comes to left hand side here. Okay, minus as tan 12 degree minus tan 12 degree minus this term again we will write tan 57 degree into tan 12 degree is equal to what? Is equal to 1. This remaining 1 we will write here. Okay, so this was the value that we were asked to found. Okay, so this is tan 57. Here you can see tan 57 minus tan 12. It is minus tan 12 minus tan 57 into tan 12 minus tan 57 into tan 12. So what is the value here? It is 1. But can you see the one value 1 given in the options? No, there is no value of 1 in the options. Okay, so what 1 can be represented as? It is represented as tangent of 45 degree. What is the value of tangent of 45 degree? It is 1. Tan 45 is equal to 1. So this is your option. Okay, this is the option that is correct. Tan 45 degree. So all you have to remember is this formula. Tan A plus B is equal to tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A tan B. Okay. Next example. Tan inverse. So this example, a similar example we have solved. Okay. And that time what we use this formula. What was it? Tan inverse A plus cot inverse A. Tan inverse A. What is tan inverse A plus cot inverse A? It is pi by 2. So similar example for sine and cos we have used. Okay, what is sine inverse A plus cos inverse A? It was also pi by 2. So this is also one of the formula that will be useful for your examination. Okay. So now, now what we are given? So tan inverse x plus 2 cot inverse x is equal to what? This pi by 6. This is given, and we have to find the value of x. See, what is given? What is in the formula? This formula, it is tan inverse x. So you can see tan inverse x here. So now it is cot inverse, but it is single cot inverse, and here it is 2 times. Okay, 2 times cot inverse. So how do we split it? We write it as tan inverse x plus cot inverse x plus cot inverse x. Okay. We write it 2 times, twice. Okay, cot inverse x is equal to pi by 6. So tan inverse x plus cot inverse x plus cot inverse x. So instead of writing 2 cot inverse x, we wrote cot inverse x plus cot inverse x twice. Okay. This is our second step. So now let me highlight this. You see, okay. For this part, what we can use? We can use this formula. Okay. For this part, we can use this formula. So what is the value? What is the value of the term that is highlighted? That is pi by 2. Pi by 2 plus cot inverse of x is equal to pi by 6. Okay? Pi by 2 plus pi cot inverse x. Pi by 2 plus cot inverse x is equal to 5 pi by 6. Yes, 5 pi by 6 it is. It is not pi by 6, it is 5 pi by 6. It implies that, what does it imply? Cot inverse x is equal to what? 5 pi by 6 minus this pi by 2, if we take on the right side, it is minus pi by 2. Minus pi by 2. So cot inverse x is equal to what? 10 pi. If you multiply this pi into 2, it is 10 pi minus 6 pi divided by 12. So 10 pi minus 6 pi, it is 4 pi divided by 12, that is pi by 3. It is pi by 3. So what do we find? Cot inverse x is equal to what? Pi by 3. Cot inverse x is equal to pi by 3. That is what? Next step what? X is equal to cot of pi by 3. X is equal to cot of pi by 3. That is, then x is equal to what? What is cot of pi by 3? Pi by 3 means what? It is 60 degree. Pi means 180 degrees. 180 divided by 3, it is 60. What is cot 60? It is 1 upon root 3. 1 upon root 3. That is the correct option. Okay. So that is the correct option. Option number 1. So see this. So you have to remember this formula and solve the equation. Okay. Now next example we will take. Next example. So what is given here? An expression is given and you have to find the value of it. Okay. Very easy. So what is given? Okay. I will write it again here. So in first bracket, what is given? Sine of tan inverse 3 by 4 square plus in second bracket, what is given? Sine of tan inverse 4 by 3 square. Okay, and now we have to find the value of this. Okay, so this very large term, so we will use substitution method here. So let tan inverse 3 by 4. Okay, 3 by 4 is equal to what? Let us consider it as theta. We will consider it as so tan inverse 3 by 4, this part. Okay, tan inverse 3 by 4, we will consider it as theta, which implies what? What will it imply? That means it implies theta is equal to what? Or we can write sine of theta is equal to what is sine of theta? Sine of theta is equal to, okay, okay, we will go step by step here. So tan inverse 3 by 4 is equal to theta. That means tan of theta is equal to what? 3 by, okay, tangent of theta is equal to 3 by 2, 3 by 4. Okay, if you take this tan inverse on the right hand side, it gives tangent of theta is equal to 3 by 4. Now you must have learned in 10 standard that while solving the value for tan, what is the ratio? What is the basic definition of tangent? It is opposite side divided by what? Adjacent side, isn't it? Opposite side divided by adjacent side. If you are given a triangle, okay, and this is theta here, What is the opposite side? This is the opposite side. This is adjacent assigned. And what do you call this? This is called as hypotenuse. Okay. So if three, if one of the side is 3, other side is 4, and according to the Pythagoras theorem, what is the hypotenuse? 3, 4, it is 5. Okay. You must have learned Pythagorean triplets. So the Pythagorean triplet, which is the Pythagorean triplet for 3 and 4? It is 3, 4, and 5. So if we square these 3, it gives 9 plus 4. 4 square of 4, it is 16, which is equal to 25. So root of 25, it is 5. So what is, so now we can write what is sine of theta. Now what is sine of theta? What is the basic definition of sine of theta? It is opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Okay, hypotenuse. What is the opposite side here? We have seen opposite side, it is 3. And what is hypotenuse that we have found? 5. Okay, 3 upon 5. So sine of theta is equal to what? 3 upon 5. Similarly, we can solve for the other expression. Okay, now we will consider tan inverse of 4 by 3. So we will take another letter other than theta. We will take alpha here. Okay, so what is tan inverse 4 by 3? We have assumed that tan inverse 4 by 3 is equal to pi or alpha, anything you can take. So tan alpha is equal to what? Tan alpha is equal to 4 by 3. Similar way we can find out value of sine phi. Okay, sine phi. So 4 is, what is tan? This is opposite side divided by adjacent side. Similarly, we can say that hypotenuse is equal to what? Pi. So what is sine of alpha? Sorry, not theta here. Sine of alpha. What is sine of alpha? We can write opposite side divided by hypotenuse. What is opposite side? It is 4. And what is hypotenuse? 5. It is 5. So in first case, we found out that sine of theta is equal to 3 upon 5. And in second case, sine of alpha is equal to 4 upon 5. Now we will use this. Okay. So therefore sine of tan inverse 3 by 4 square plus sine of tan inverse 4 by 3 square. This is the value that we have to find. Okay. So sine, the first bracket square plus second bracket square, what is it? Is equal to what? This expression 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Easy now. 3 by 5 square plus 4 upon 5 square. What is 3 upon 5 square? It is 9 upon 25 plus 4 upon 5. It is 16 upon 25. So what is 9 plus 16? It is 25 divided by 25. It is 1. So this is the value. Okay. This second option. So see again, if such complicated angle is given, we have to simplify it by considering it with some other value. So what we have done here, we consider tan inverse of 3 by 4 is equal to what? Theta. Similarly, we will consider that tan inverse of 4 by 3 is equal to alpha, which made it very easier to solve. Okay? And we then substituted their values in the equation for which we have to find the value. Okay. Now next example. Okay. Next example. So here. So what is given here? Sine inverse minus half plus cos inverse minus root 3 by 2. This is the value that we have to calculate. Okay. And so what is sine inverse? So it is minus. So we have already learned this. Okay. What is sine inverse of theta? Sine inverse of theta is equal to what? Sine inverse of theta is equal to minus sine inverse of minus theta. What is sine inverse of minus theta? It is minus sine inverse of theta. Okay, it is minus sine inverse of theta. Okay. And also we have seen what is cos inverse of minus theta. What is cos inverse of minus theta? What is the value of cos inverse of minus theta? What is the value of cos inverse of minus theta? It is pi minus cos inverse of theta. Okay. For sine inverse of minus theta, it is simply minus sine inverse of theta, and for cos inverse of minus theta, it is pi minus cos inverse of theta. So we will use these two properties while solving it. Okay. So again here, sine inverse of minus theta. First term is similar to sine inverse of minus theta. Therefore, it is equal to minus sine inverse of 1 by 2 minus sine inverse of 1 by 2 plus cos inverse of minus theta, it is, as we have seen here, cos inverse of minus theta, it is pi minus cos theta, cos inverse of theta. So pi minus cos inverse of root 3 by 2. Okay, pi minus cos inverse of 3 by 2. Now we know these values. Okay, what is minus sine inverse of half? When the value of sine is half, it is at pi by 6. Okay, it is at pi by 6. So we have studied this. Okay, what is sine pi by 6? Sine pi by 6, it is 1 by 2. So sine inverse 1 by 2, it is pi by 6 plus this pi, we will write it as it is. Okay, now cos inverse of root 3 by 2. So you have studied this sine. What is sine pi by 6? Sine pi by 6 is equal to root 3 by 2. So cos in, not sine, cos. What is cos pi by 6? Cos pi by 6. Pi by 6 means 30. Pi is 180 degree. So 180 degree divided by 6. It is 30 degree. So what is the value of cos 30? It is root 3 by 2. So therefore cos inverse of root 3 by 2, it is pi by 6. Okay. Similar value. So now this minus pi by 6 minus pi by 6. That means minus 2 pi by 6. Okay. Minus 2 pi by 6 plus pi. It's 2 ones are 2 and 2 threes are 6. So minus pi by 3. So we will write it as like this, my pi minus pi by 3. What is pi minus pi by 3? It is 3 into pi, it is 3 pi minus pi divided by 3. So what is 3 pi minus pi? It is 2 pi divided by 3. So that is the answer. Okay, that is the answer for this. Okay, 2 pi by 3. But you do not see this value among the options, among the options that are given here. Okay, so we have to choose correct option by seeing the options. Okay, okay. What is cos inverse? Cos inverse of minus half. It is, so okay. Cos, what is cos of 2 pi by 3? What is cos of 2 pi by 3? 2 cos of 2 pi by 3, it is minus half. You should know this such value. Okay, cos 2 pi by 3 is equal to what? Minus half. So 2 pi by 3, you see 2 pi by 3 is equal to what? Cos inverse of minus half. Cos inverse of minus half. This is the value. So in such way you have to find it. Okay, all the other values you can calculate, those are wrong. Okay, this is the correct value. In such way you have to find the values. Okay. Next example. Well, but you should remember this value. Okay, there is difference while solving this. Okay, sine inverse minus theta is simply minus sine inverse theta. So cos inverse minus theta, it is pi minus cos inverse theta. The pi is extra value here that you should remember. Next example. Okay, sine 656. Now if you see this value, you will understand that there is a relation between these three terms. What is the relation? All have some relation with 60. Okay, 60. See again, such values we do not know their values. Okay, so sine 6 degree, 54 degree, 60 degree. We do not know the trigonometric values of such angles, such odd angles, 6, 54 and 66. But we know the values for 60 degrees. So we will try to convert all these values in 60 degree. So 54, 66 and 6. Okay. So 54 it can be written as 60 minus 6. Okay. 66 can be written as 60 plus 6. So such way we will convert them and try to solve. Okay. So this is sine 6 degree into sine 54 degree into sine 66 degree. Okay. So we will write it as sine 6 degree into sine 60 minus sine 60 minus 6 degree into what? Sine 60 plus 6 degree. See, we replaced this 54 by 60 minus 6 and replace this 66 by 60 plus 6. Okay. Now we will use a formula. Okay? A formula. What does it suggest? It suggests that sine of theta into sine 60 minus theta into sine 60 plus theta is equal to what? 1 by 4 sine 3 theta. Okay. You see this left hand side of this formula is similar to this. Okay. Our equation sine 6 degree. 6 if 6 is theta, then sine 6 degree into sine 60 minus 6 degree into sine 60 plus 6 degree is very similar to the standard formula. Okay. So what will it give us? 1 by 4 into sine 3 theta. Here what you can see? 3 theta. What is theta here? 6 is the value of theta. Okay. So what is 3 theta? 3 into theta is equal to what? It is 6. So 1 by 4 into sine 3 into 6, it is 18. Sine 18. 1 by 4 sine 18. That is the correct option. Okay. So can you see this in options? No, there is no option for this value. Okay. So see, there are two values for sine. It is first is sine 36 and second is sine 72. But what is the real value that we found out? It is 18. So one of them is correct. So we have already studied this 1 upon 4. Sine can be converted into cos. How can it be converted? It can be converted as cos 90 minus 18, isn't it? It can be converted as cos 90 minus 18. So cos, what is 90 minus 18? It is 72 degrees. So cos 72 degrees is the correct option. Which properties are we used here? It is, see, these two properties that you have already learned. Okay, cos 90 minus theta. Another one is cos theta is equal to sin 90 minus theta. These two properties that you have learned in previous standards. Okay. In such way, this example have to be solved. Okay. Now next example. What is given in this example? 4 sin inverse x plus 6 cos inverse x is equal to what? 3 pi. Okay. First we will write the example. 4 sin inverse x plus 6 cos inverse x is equal to what given here? 3 pi, and we have to find the value of x. We have to find the value of x. So when you see the sine inverse and cos inverse, you should first remember the standard formula. What is it? Sine inverse of x plus cos inverse of x. What is value? Pi by 2. Sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is equal to what? Pi by 2. So in we will try to replace this cos inverse. Okay, we replace this cos inverse by sin inverse. How do we do that? So here, if we see here, cos inverse x is equal to what? Pi by 2. We will take this sin inverse x on the right hand side. It becomes minus sin inverse x. Okay, minus sin inverse x minus sin inverse x. So cos inverse x is equal to what? Pi by 2 minus sin inverse x. So on the next step, what we will write? We will keep this sin inverse x as it is. Okay, sin 4 sin inverse x plus 6. Now into bracket, instead of cos inverse x, we will write this term. Okay, what is it? Pi by 2, pi by 2 minus sin inverse x, pi by 2 minus sin inverse x is equal to what? Is equal to 3 pi. Okay, 3 pi. Now we will again try to solve this. 4 sin inverse x plus 6 into bracket pi by 2 minus sin inverse x. Now we will, okay, write this 4 sin inverse x as it is. 4 sin inverse x plus, now we will multiply this 6 to each term in the bracket. 6 pi by 2, 6 pi by 2 minus 6 sin inverse x is equal to what? It is 3 pi. What is the next term? 4 sin inverse. So see, see these 4 sine inverses, and here you can see minus 6 sine inverses. They can be added, okay, or subtracted, you can say. 4 sine inverse x minus 6 sine inverse x. It is minus 2 sine inverse x plus what is 6 pi by 2 means? What is 6 pi by 2? It is 3 pi. 3 pi is equal to 3 pi. If you take this 3 pi on the right hand side, it will become sine inverse x, sorry, 2 sine inverse x, isn't it? Minus 2 sine inverse x is equal to 3 pi minus 3 pi. 3 pi minus 3 pi. It becomes minus 2 sine inverse x is equal to what? See, if you divide this, divide by minus 2, it is divided by minus 2, it is minus sine inverse x is equal to 0. Sine inverse x is equal to 0. What does it mean? It means x is equal to sine of 0 degree. What is sine of 0? What is sine of 0? It is 0. Isn't it? Sine of 0 is equal to what? It is 0. Okay, sine of 0 is equal to 0. Okay, next example. So such examples are asked in your examination. Okay. So what is given? We have to find the general solution. General solution of sine 2x is equal to cos 2x. Sine 2x is equal to cos 2x. Now, now we will divide by cos 2x. What if we divide both the sides on cos 2x? We will get sine 2x divided by cos 2x is equal to cos 2x divided by cos 2x. So they get cancelled on the left, on the right hand side, and sine 2x upon cos 2x, it is tan 2x, isn't it? It is tan 2x is equal to 1. So this is the basic law. What it is? Cos x divided by sine x is equal to what? Tan x. Tan x is equal to what? Sorry. What is tan x? Tan x is equal to sine x divided by cos x. Okay. So tan 2x is equal to what? 1. So instead of 1, we can write 1. Instead of 1, we can write tan 45 degree. So tan 45 degree. But we know what is. We also know that if tan theta is equal to tan alpha. So tan theta is equal to alpha, then theta is equal to what? Theta is equal to what? N pi plus alpha. Pi plus alpha. This tan and tan you cannot cancel it, okay? As I previously mentioned, okay? Because this tangent or sine or cos, all these are periodic functions. So this n pi, it it suggests that they are periodic, okay? They are periodic. So 1 pi, 2 pi, they will repeat their position. So tan 2x is equal to tan 45 means 2x, that is theta here. So in this equation it was theta. So 2x is equal to what? N pi plus alpha. What is alpha? It is 45. N pi plus 45. So sorry. Instead of 45, we can write what we can write here in radian measures. In radian, we write pi by 4. Okay, pi by 4. Okay, pi by 4 means 45 degree. So x is equal to what? N pi by 2 plus pi by 8. N pi by 2 divided. So 2 is divided on the right hand side. N pi by 2. We get n pi by 2 plus pi by 8. So this is the correct option. Okay. Third one is the correct option. Now, next example. So we have given one equation is given and we have to find the value of x. Okay, see here. We have to find the values of x. How do we find the value of x now? First we will write the example, given example, what is given here. 3 sine square x plus 10 cos x minus 6 is equal to 0. See, this looks like a quadratic equation, doesn't it? It looks like a quadratic equation, but in quadratic equation, if you have here m here, so 3m square plus 10m minus 6. But you must have same variable here, okay? Same variable. So sine square, if you have sine square here, you must have sine here as well. Okay, if you have cos here, you must have cos here. But these two are different, so we will try to convert this cos into sine. How do we convert that? Okay, or we can also convert this sine square. So we will convert this one, okay? Sine square, we will convert sine square. So instead of sine square, what we will write? 1 minus cos square x. So we write 1 minus cos square x plus 10 cos x minus 6. So how should we write this? So sine inverse x plus sine square x plus cos square x is equal to what? Is equal to 1. So instead of sine square x, we can write sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x. Isn't it? So we can write 1 minus cos square x instead of sine square x. So we wrote it here. Now we will simplify this bracket. 3 into 1 it is 3 minus 3 cos square x plus 10 cos x minus 6 is equal to 0. So again, this 3 and this is minus 6. So 3 minus 6 it is minus 3. So minus 3 minus 3 cos square x plus 10 cos x is equal to what? Is equal to 0. So if we multiply by minus 1, what do we get? Multiply whole equation by minus 1, we get 3 plus 3 cos square x minus 10 cos x is equal to 0. We will rearrange this in the standard form. It is standard form 3 cos square x minus 10 cos x plus 3 is equal to 0. We just rearrange the equation. Okay, rearrange the equation. What we have done here? Multiplied by minus 1. Okay, in this step, and in the next step we rearrange the equation in standard quadratic form. Okay, so what we get here? 3 cos square x minus 10 cos x plus 3. Now you know how to solve quadratic equation. So first we have to do multiplication of these three. This 3 into 3 is what? Is 9. And we have to find the factors of 9 so that they will add to 10, or their difference is 10. So what are the factors? There 9 and 1, minus 9 and minus 1. So what is minus 9 into minus 1? It is 9. And what is the addition of minus 9 and minus 1? It is minus 10. So we can split up this minus 10 cos x using these factors. How do we split up it? So 3 cos square x minus 9x, okay, minus 9 cos x, sorry, minus 9 cos x minus cos x, 1 cos x plus 3 is equal to what? 0. Now we will do the next calculation. So what we can take as common? 3 cos x. 3 cos x. What is remaining inside the bracket? Cos x minus 3. Okay. Cos x minus cos x minus 3. Now again we will write this bracket again here. Cos x minus 3 is equal to 0. What is common here? Minus 1 it is. Okay. Minus 1. We don't have to write it. Okay, we can write it as it. So minus 1 into cos x it is minus cos x, and minus 1 into minus 3 is equal, it is plus 3. So in the next step we will collect the terms. So 3 cos x minus 1. It will be in one bracket. 3 cos x minus 1 is in one bracket. In second bracket it is cos x minus 3 is equal to what? 0 is in the second bracket. So from first bracket well, you can see 3 cos x minus 1 is equal to what? 0. And or cos x minus 3 is equal to what? 0. So this suggests that cos x is equal to 1 by 3, and this says cos x is equal to 3. But see, this value cos x is equal to 3, it is not possible. Why? We have studied that these values they just fluctuate between minus 1 and 1. So 3 is not, this is not the value, okay, for cos. Cos value of cos fluctuate between minus 1 and 1. So cos x is equal to 1 by 3. What is cos x? Is equal to 1 by 3. That is cos x is equal to 1 by 3. That is x is equal to what? Cos inverse 1 by 3. It is cos inverse 1 by 3. That means cos is equal to 1. Again, as I said earlier, cos, they are periodic functions of pi. Okay, so it is 2n pi plus minus cos inverse of 1 by 3. You cannot write simply cos inverse of 1 by 3. That is x is equal to 2n pi plus minus cos inverse 1 by 3. That is the proper value. Which one is it? Second option. Second option is the correct option here. Okay. Next example. So these are the easier examples. Huh? So minus root 2 and root 2 are Cartesian coordinates. How do we define? How do we write? What is the notation of Cartesian coordinates? It is x or y. That is the way to indicate them. Okay, x, y. Order there. X, y. It is minus root 2 on root 2. Coordinate of the point. Then polar coordinates are asked. Okay, what are the polar coordinates? They are r comma theta. R is the radius and theta is the angle. So x and y. So what is it? How can we solve this? We know that x is equal to what? X is equal to r cos of theta and y is equal to r sin of theta. Okay, x is equal to r cos theta. What is x given here? It is minus 2. Minus root 2 is equal to r cos of theta. And what is y given? Root 2 is equal to r sin of theta. What we will do? We will square them and add. Suppose this is equation 1. This is equation 2. What we will do? We square them square 1 and 2 and then add them. Okay, we will add them first. We will square them and then add. So what we will find? R square cos square theta, R square cos square theta plus R square sin square theta is equal to what? Minus of root 2 square plus root 2 square. So if we take R square common, what remains inside the bracket? Cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to what? What is the square of minus root 2? It is 2. So square of any negative number, it is still a positive number. So it is 2 plus root 2 square, it is root and 2 square get cancelled, it is 2. Okay, R square is equal to what? 2 plus 2. It is what? 4. So R is equal to 2. It cannot be negative. Okay. Minus 2 is not possible. Why is it not possible? Because R is radius. It is length. Okay, it is length. That's why minus 2, we cannot take the value of minus 2. So again, this cos square theta plus sin square theta, it is 1. So we have neglected it. So R square is equal to 4. R is equal to 2. Okay, so that is how we find R is equal to 2. So this is the way to find R is equal to 2. So this option contain 2, so you can directly say that this option is the correct one. Or if you want to find what is theta, I will discuss how to find value of theta. What is theta? Standard definition of theta is equal to tan inverse of y upon x. It is tan inverse of y upon x. Therefore, theta is equal to what? Tan inverse of what is y? It is root 2. And what is x? Minus root 2. That is tan inverse of. So minus root 2 get cancelled. Remains what? 1 upon minus 1. That is tan inverse of minus 1. What is tan inverse of minus 1? It is 3 pi by 4. Okay. It is 3 pi by 4. So you can write this answer. This is the correct answer. Okay. Next example. This example is from trigonometric ratios, but it includes complex number. So what is given in the example? We have to find the value of an expression 1 divided by 1 minus sine of theta plus I cos of theta. So how do we solve this? Whenever we see a denominator, in such cases we will try to rationalize it. Okay, so we will take this as first term and I cos theta as second term. So how do we rationalize it? We will multiply by their conjugate. What is the conjugate? 1 minus sine theta minus I cos theta divided by same 1 minus sine theta minus I cos of theta. We will multiply it by their conjugate. So what do we get here? In the numerator, nothing will be changed. 1 minus sine theta minus I cos of theta. 1 minus sine theta minus I cos theta. Now in the denominator, so we will see, suppose this is A and this is B. This is A and B. We will see that it is A plus B into A minus B. A plus B and A minus B. What is A plus B into A minus B? It is A square minus B square. So we will use that property here. So 1 minus sine theta bracket square 1 minus sine theta bracket square minus I square cos square theta. Okay, I square cos square theta. Now next Next step is 1 minus sine theta minus I cos theta divided by, so what is the square of 1 minus sine theta? It is 1 square, it is 1 minus 2 sine theta plus sine square theta, isn't it? Plus what? Plus, so I square, what is I square? I square is minus 1, so minus into minus 1 it is plus, and cos square theta we can write it as it is. So cos square theta, 1 minus 2 sine theta plus sine square theta plus cos square theta. Now in the next step we can write 1 minus sine theta minus I cos of theta divided by CA. I will highlight it. See this, what is this? Sine square theta plus cos square theta. What is the value of sine square theta plus cos square theta? It is 1 minus 2 sine theta plus, what is the value of sine square theta plus cos square theta? It is 1. The next step, what we can write? 1 minus sine theta minus I cos of theta divided by this 1 plus 1, it is 2 minus 2 sine theta. 2 minus 2 sine theta. Okay, what we can do now? So instead of this, okay, I will write it here now, is equal to 1 minus sine of theta minus I cos of theta divided by, if we take 2 inside the bracket, outside the bracket, 2, 1 minus 2, 1 sine theta. So okay. If we take 2 common, then 2 minus 1 minus sine of theta. Okay, now we will split it. Okay, this part, this is minus sine here, so we can split it. What? 1 minus sine theta divided by 2 into bracket 1 minus sine theta minus what? I into cos of theta divided by 2, 1 minus sine theta. So see, this is the real part. Okay, and this coefficient of I is imaginary part. Okay? This is the imaginary part. Okay, so what is it? Coefficient of I, it is minus cos of theta divided by 2, 1 minus sine theta. So this is the imaginary part. So that is what we have been asked. Okay, imaginary part of this expression. So we have solved it. Okay, we have to simplify the equation. Okay, we have to simplify the equation, and whatever the coefficient of I is, whatever the coefficient of I is real part, and the term that does not contain I, it is real part. Okay, okay, we will take one more example now. Again, similar example like one before previous example. Okay, Cartesian coordinate of point are given. So what is given here actually? X comma y, order pair x y, it is given. Okay, 1 minus 1 comma minus root 3, 1 comma minus root 3, it is given, and we have to point polar coordinates, means what? R and theta to be found here. Okay, R and theta we have to find. So we will proceed with similar procedure like we did in an example before. Okay. What is x here? So x is equal to what? R cos of theta, and y is equal to R sine of theta. X is equal to R cos theta, and y is equal to R sine of theta. So what is x here? 1. 1 is equal to R cos theta. And what is y here? Minus root 3 is equal to R sine of theta. Now we will squaring and adding. So we will first square them and then add them. On squaring and adding, what do we get? R square cos square theta plus R square sine square theta is equal to 1 square plus minus root 3 square. So r square is taken our common. And what is remaining inside the bracket? Cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to what? 1 plus, what is the square of minus root 3? It is 3. So what is the value of cos square plus sin square theta? It is 1. So r square is equal to what? 3 plus 1, it is 4. That is r is equal to what? 2. So as r is radius, it is length, it cannot be negative. So minus 2 is not the valid value you can take. Okay? So what is r? R is equal to, so you can see r here and here as well. So one of the options is true. So we cannot directly answer this. We have to find now value of theta. So how do we find the value of theta? What we have seen. What is tan theta? Okay, what is the value of tan theta? It is y by x. So tan theta is equal to, what is y by x? Y it is minus root 3 and x is equal to what? 1. So tan theta is equal to minus of root 3. That is theta is equal to what? Theta is equal to tan inverse minus of root 3, which is equal to what? What is tan inverse of minus theta? It is n pi tan inverse of theta. N pi tan inverse of theta. That is tan inverse of root 3. It is theta is equal to n pi plus 2 pi by 3. Okay. What is tan inverse of root 3? It is 2 pi by 3. Okay. This is the option. Sorry, not 2 pi by 3. It is 5 pi by 3. It is 5 pi by 3. 5 pi by 3. N pi plus 5 pi by 3. So you can simply write pi by 3. Okay. It doesn't matter. 2 pi by 3. 5 pi by 3. Okay, you can write this 5 pi by 3. Simply n pi is not required. Now next example. So this example is reverse of the last example. Polar coordinates of a pointer. Now polar coordinates are given. That means r theta is given. That is 1 by 2, pi by 2. And we are asked to find x and y. That is Cartesian coordinates to be found here. Okay? We are given r value of r and theta. So how do you find it now? Okay. So we know that x, what is x? X is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin of theta. Implies what is x? X is equal to r. What is the value of r? It is half. Okay. Value of r, it is half. What is the value of theta? It is cos pi by 2. Also for y is equal to, what is the value of r? It is half. And what is the value of theta? It is pi by 2. So x is equal to half cos pi by 2 and y is equal to half sin pi by 2. Now we have to find the value of cos pi by 2. What is the value of cos pi by 2? Cos pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 means pi is equal to 180 degree. So pi by 2 means 90. So what is the value of cos of 90 degree? It is 0. Similarly, y is equal to half. What is the value of sin pi by 2? Again sin 90. What is the value of sin 90? It is 1. Okay. Value of sin 90, it is 1. So we will multiply this. X is equal to what? Half into 0, it is 0. And what is y? Y is equal to half into 1, it is half. So x, y is equal to 0. Therefore, what are the Cartesian coordinates? What are the Cartesian coordinates? X, y is equal to what? 0, 1 by 2. 0, 1 by 2. So second is the correct option. Okay. Okay.